2002, the year of... look, I'm gonna be honest. A better writer than me would do something clever to wrap up the year, but I don't know jack about 2002. So let's see what BuzzFeed had to say about that year. Everyone likes and respects BuzzFeed, right? And here's another opinion I'm sure people would agree with. We had the worst Star Wars movie ever, and Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake broke up. Let's hop over to Wikipedia to see what they have to say about the year. 2002 was a common year starting on a Tuesday. Okay, it was the International Year of Ecotourism. Pretty much useless, but let's hold on to that word for later, okay? Well, I am here to look at the games from 2002. Specifically, the games that won GOTY. Those games would be a game that proves that you do not need to fire a rocket launcher to be an awesome dude. Splinter Cell. A game that proves that you do not have to be a dude to be an awesome dude. Metroid Prime. And a game that proves that you... I don't even understand how it's possible for a game to have the worst box art of all time and the best box art of all time. Alright, well, I'm gonna look at these games that game outlets have named as their best game of the year for each system. I'll look at them, tell you my subjective thoughts, and I will decide a game that will reign. The categories for my 2001 episode have changed. I'm still going to have atmosphere, controls, and legacy, but variety and fun are going to be combined into one category that I call objective. And I'm also going to add in another category for the combat of these games. Quick recap if you didn't see my last episode. I am going to talk about these three games and how they tackled each category. The game that excels at the categories will receive 2 points. The game that did alright will walk away with 1 point. And the game that fell short of all of it will receive a big ol' 0. So let's hop right into it. Video games are an excellent form of escapism. So, how do the music and graphics and just sound effects, make me forget that I'm a loser sitting alone on a Thursday night, and instead make me think that I'm a loser sitting in a pot climbing up a mountain with a gardening hoe? Ico. Also, I'm gonna be calling this game Ico, okay? Remember that word from earlier? Ecotourism? Alright, see the prefix of that word? Eco. Yeah, see, that's how you spell eco. If you were to replace the E with an I, you'd pronounce the word Ico. Am I good? Good. So let's talk about Team Ico and what they did to put you in the shoes of Hornboy. In my opinion, they did everything perfectly. Look, if a game from this team comes up onto this show again, I'm just gonna go ahead and straight up give them the 2-point ground immediately. On the PlayStation 2 of all things, these people create some of the most amazing, sprawling, and mesmerizing worlds you will ever see. The sound design is perfect, and even if somehow the other games on this list could show the same level of polish in the atmosphere department that this game does, well, Ico still has one little trick up its sleeve. The rumble. Whenever you decide that Jedi Master Yoda over here is going a bit too slow for you, you can go over and go give me Dinah, go give me Dinah, and start yanking her along. And you notice how she really is getting yanked. Every single awkward jerk on Yoda translates into a rumble, really giving that third sense of stimulation to create something entirely engrossing in this game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right here and let the other two games fight over the scraps. Okay, so no arguments on how this game is pronounced, right? Okay, so in Metroid Prime, you play as an awesome bounty hunter dude named Samus. You go to an exotic alien planet and kill everything that lives there. And atmospherically, this game does phenomenally. Look at the beauty. Look at the particle effects. Look at Samus. She's so shiny. And the music adds to that feeling of a courageous adventurer, the invader of a cold, hostile alien planet. I mean, it's a good contender for Ico, but on the other hand, Yoda isn't giving any kinesthetic feedback. But does that mean that Metroid gets the silver? Alrighty, how does Splinter Cell make us feel like a secret agenty dude? Pretty good. There are a bunch of dark settings that let you use your secret agent goggles. Oh, and the sound that it makes, you know, the one that goes... And while I am tempted to offer the point to this game, Sam just doesn't shine like Tamatoa. The bleakness of these places looks great for what they're going for, but not great enough. Not to mention there are some immersion breakers. Number 1, a majority of these missions take place in Georgia, and they don't even have a southern accent. Also, it's the Middle East in Georgia, and for some reason everyone here is speaking English.
It's a special order for Colonel Kabaishvili.
Ah, excellent. May I?
Please.
Number 2, all 3 of these games have a certain type of song in them. A choir. Ico, you enter a sacred place. Turn on the choir. Metroid, you're on an abandoned planet. Hit the choir. Splinter Cell, you're sneaking through the offices of a Georgian police station. Turn on the choir? No, don't do that. The point goes to Metroid Prime. Alright, now for objective. The last episode we had 3 games that offered a huge variety of gameplay types. This year's batch of games didn't have much variety, but they did have one game mechanic that the whole game was built around, so the point will be given out for which mechanic was the most refined and fun. Babysitting Princess Yorda. Now, a couple weeks ago I said that escort missions suck. I think I may need to reiterate. Escort missions suck when they are shoved into a game for needless variety. But if your entire game is built around an escort mission, okay. No health bars, a come here right now button, and getting to hold the hand of a girl who's probably older than you, those are all pluses in my book. I think that this game is pretty cool. Aiko is a pretty agile kid. He can climb up a chain, chuck some bombs around, and he can get around this creepy island without much of a problem. But he also needs to find a way to get his lady friend to the same places that he is. Either if that's bringing a trolley cart to her, or offering his hand so she can leap over a pit.
I can't hold on, Duke. I can feel my hand slipping.
Don't let go, Jude.
I can feel it. I don't. Oh no, this is terrible. We're going to die. I can't. Hey, Duke.
What?
Just kidding. Hey, look. I can see my house from here.
But yeah, after a few hours, I actually enjoyed protecting Yorda and killing the shadow beasts that were trying to drag her down to hell. Metroid Prime is about exploring, shooting aliens, solving puzzles, and backtracking. Look, I know it's the nature of a Metroidvania, but that doesn't mean that I like it at all. I don't know how anybody finds this acceptable, flying through rooms at top speeds, having a grand old time, and then slamming into a brick wall that says, "Come back when you learn how to crouch, idiot!" I will admit that the shooting is fine-tuned, and letting loose a flurry of energy shots is mighty satisfying. And when you pick up a new power-up and quickly navigate to the previously inaccessible area is great. This game excels in flow theory, but there are several points where I'm just torn straight out of that trance by a stupid wall. Sneaking. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of puzzle games. Also not too hip to Metroidvanias. But sneaking games? They are the worst! It's not that I don't like sneaking, it's just that I hate redoing stuff. My first run through a section, I am darkness. I am the night.
I am Batman!
But when I'm sneaking up on a dude and he just turns around and blasts me in the face, I just want to get to that part again where I failed so I can try again. But unfortunately, you can't go fast in stealth games. There are so many times when the dudes just turned around when I was right next to them, and I didn't even get a chance to fight them. And having to do the same sneaking sections over and over again, it isn't fun.
You know what else isn't fun? F***ing dying all the time.
So, while I did have a tough time with the games, I think I'm gonna have to give the points to Aiko. I actually really enjoyed being Yorda's chauffeur, because I got to hold a girl's hand. Thanks, video games, for giving me the opportunity to do something I'll never be able to do in real life. And Metroid is going to take second place, because while slamming into a plexiglass window by a game isn't any fun at all, at least dispatching foes with a sexy arm cannon is fun. Meanwhile, Fisher over here can't even reliably shoot out a light bulb. Are you really the best that the US has to offer? Uh-oh, looks like Aiko's running away with the score. I better reel things back in. And what better way to do that than with our next category? Combat. Ah, yes, combat. You know, I don't feel that combat was a big factor in the last episode, mainly because all of those games are about fighting all the time. When your main focus of your game isn't combat, but it's still in your game, the pacing and ease of it is pretty important. Alright, so Aiko combat is pretty unique because you don't have health in this game. If you get hit, you fall down and these ghoulie dudes will steal your girl and take her to a dark hole. And if you don't pull her out of the hole in time, then a dark explosion will kill everything. I really like this. It's unique, it gives you a clear focus. The bad part is that fighting sucks. The main reason is because these dudes have so much frickin' HP. You just whack away at them with a stick forever and the dudes won't die. I'm pretty sure that I've proven I can succeed in this combat situation. Can I go back to solving puzzles yet? Please! I mean, the second half of the game you actually get a sword and it cuts down on the repetitiveness of the fights. But all in all, the combat in this game just does not feel refined as the other parts of the experience. Arm cannon, missile launchers, morph ball bombs, and a charge shot. Samus has got an arsenal at her disposal, and the myriad of monsters have a bunch of different ways to be disposed of. Whether you shoot them head on, or you get eaten to place a bomb in the belly of a bullfrog. Heck, there's one enemy that you need to be a matadore so you can shoot it in its butt. While this game does annoy me with its backtracking, I can honestly say that I loved the fast-paced and flashy Metroid combat. Okay, so from the previous segment, you might think that I didn't really enjoy the combat of Splinter Cell. And while having a dude turn around last second and give Sam a couple of chest cavities is disappointing, more often than not, I did get the drop on the foe. I grabbed him from behind, and then I led him to a dark corner and then knocked him out cold. Or sometimes, you know, I catch them, put on some Tchaikovsky music, and then had a romantic dance. And then I knock him out. The combat is fun when it works, but when you get spotted and frantically need to empty your pistol clip into an enemy, it's less fun. Especially since you do not have enough bullets for gunfights, let alone shoot a freaking light bulb. But where Splinter Cell excels is its cinematic combat. Seriously, shooting a dude in the head while rappelling down the side of a building? Or heck, getting a literal drop on this dude in the oil rig? Oh, it was spectacular! So here's the points for round 3. Well, you get nothing, Aiko, but I do have some points for the other competitors. Splinter Cell, you will be getting the silver. Yes, those special picturesque kills are great, but there were only 2 in my 5 hours of gameplay, so that makes the combat overall meh. But when I fought in Metroid, it was always an adrenaline-filled visual treat. Silver, gold, nothing. So is picking up these antique controllers to control these antique characters still feel good after I've played a game that's really easy to move my character around like Snake Pass? So Aiko is third person spinning around, hanging from stuff, and holding Yorda's hand. All of it is pretty good. I played this game right after Splinter Cell, and there was a huge difference of controlling a stealth soldier and a high-sprung kid. This zippity-doo-dah character was a blast to control, but the camera... Oh, do I have to describe it? I mean, hopefully there's some footage on the screen right now to show it what it was like, but I didn't like having to do it, so I might not be able to find any relevant footage. And unfortunately, adjusting the camera in this game is very necessary so you can take in the entire room so you can find out how to get Horn Kid and his girlfriend out of this puzzle room and into the next. Oh, sheesh.
Okay, so we're gonna make a first-person game.
Okay.
And we're gonna make it rely heavily on platformer elements.
Okay, wait, what?
And since the GameCube controller is kinda whack, we're only gonna use the analog stick, a la GoldenEye.
Are you high? That'll never work.
And oh my goodness, it works. It works good. I thought when I started playing this game that it was gonna be dumb. But no, I really enjoyed it. Platforming and a first-person shooter being good.
Well, peel my skin like a banana and call me Jimma.
I'm surprised, but honestly, Samus's high speed is perfect for rolling around Talon IV. And that Gold Crown combat is tops too. Strafe around the bosses and jump rope in a stream of fire is just plain entertaining. Sam Fisher's got a lot of cool secret agent moves at his disposal. Hanging from pipes, climbing on walls, running. All of these things are things that Horn Kid has. However, the great horned child does not have an awesome wall jump. And guess what? Neither does Sam Fisher. Okay, I will admit that it is actually pretty awesome. But controllable? No. Gosh, no. I use the wall jump a lot. But when I actually needed it, I could never jump off the wall where I want! Gah! Alright, so Splinter Cell is the loser of this round because it's just not fun to control Sam Fisher. I mean, Ico just feels so spry and fun to control, but his janky camera means that he's only gonna get 1 point from this round. But Samus, even with the weird combination of GameCube controller and first-person platformer, I'm gonna have to give her the point. Legacy. Should people play these games in 2018 if they're not making a YouTube video? Splinter Cell, let's just get you out of the way right now. You ain't winning this video, and boy, you ain't winning this round either. While the game has been updated for PC, I just think that any other Splinter Cell would be better. Heck, if you can reliably take out a light source in a Splinter Cell game, that's the one to play. Alright, so what's your legacy, Ico? Although you were Game of the Year, Sony didn't force a bunch of sequels out of you. Heck, the only games that have been made by this company since 2002 were Giant Slayer and The Last Trico. However, there are a bunch of people who wanted to play Giant Slayer on their PlayStation 3. But come on, putting one PS2 game on a PS3 Blu-ray? That's a bit wasteful. Hence why they decided to shove Ico onto that disc as well. I'll admit it, I had a pretty good time with this game. And that PlayStation 3 disc did come out in 2011. Well, Ico's not the only boy on the block who got a remake. Samus also got a bundled disc with her sisters in her trilogy. And this time you got a better control scheme and to use those sexy motion controls. Of course, I'm not talking about the remake. I'm simply pointing out that both games have been given a second breath of life. A legacy, so to speak. But I think when it comes right down to it, it comes to what you want from a game. While I do love the high-octane combat that Metroid offers, the constant speed barriers built into the game's design just ruin the experience for me. Maybe in the year 2018, you're okay with looking for a heat suit for 5 hours to enter magma caves that you found 4 hours ago, but not me. However, saving a cute girl from a castle? Well, that's just fun no matter what year you're in. And with that, we seem to have ourselves a tie. Oh crap. I guess we need a tiebreaker, and for that I guess I'll just choose my favorite game. So I have no nostalgic ties to these games, but I played them both for about 6.5 hours, and then I stopped playing them both. For Metroid, I just got sick and fed up with all the stupid backtracking and errands it had me running. Ico, I stopped playing that because I beat the game and it was over. So that right there should speak volumes to which game I think is the best. So, I'm going to take 1 point away from Metroid Prime. Because I already filmed the ending and I didn't think it was a tie, I thought it was 6-7. So, Splinter Cell, take your 2 points. Try not to spend them all in one. Oh, jeez, it's lost. It's lost. It's lost. Metroid Prime, you got a respectable 6 points. And Ico,
Congratulations, you edged out Nintendo, so be proud of your 7 points and your place in my grandfather's gun case. Well, I will see you on the next episode, where I'll be looking at Wind Waker, Knights of the Old Republic, and Jak 2. Which game you think's gonna take a second place?